everybody, I'm Garmbreak1, and this is Midgardia RPG. Today we'll be playing Mech Fishing for the Genesys tabletop RPG system. And just before I get my lovely players to introduce themselves, I would like to thank our sponsor, Roll20. Roll20 is the virtual tabletop solution that we use for all of our games. It can be used for most tabletop games, D&D 5th edition, Genesys, various other editions of D&D, weird French stuff like Polaris, some weird Polish stuff. Shadowrun, yes. And, yes, thank you very much for the sponsorship. We appreciate it. Use Roll20 for stuff. Would you folks like to introduce yourselves in the order that you are on the bottom of the screen? So, Gazian first.
I am playing Akko, who named their mech Akko. Quite an imaginative one, but when you're stuck roaming the sea-covered world of mech fishing, there's not really a lot of emphasis on creativity. The mech they're piloting is the SPAD-19. It was, back in the Great War, a man-portable anti-air defense platform, but now it is a rocket-powered fish-hunting weapon. That's about it. Next.
Hello, I'm Ingle, and I will be playing Himina, who is a runaway from an insular high-tech survivor civilization that almost worships their mechs, who took their mech when they realized how much more good they could do out there in the wider world. Himena's mech is the Enterprise, which is a heavily converted shield wall mech that now uses its shield wall as a shield net to net megafish. And you can see her down there in the icon picture. Kelgand?
Oh, it's my turn. Okay, so I am Kelgand. I am playing Brick, that is both the person's name and the name of the ship they fly, because it kind of looks like a big brick with some arms sticking off the side of it. He's not really sure which one, the person or the ship, was named first at this point, because they've been working together for so long that they're just kind of one and the same. And they are a big tank mech that decides to go in the water every now and then and pull up some fish.
And I am Jesus. I will be playing Hector. He was a fisherman who eventually realized that he'd be much more effective if he got himself a mech. So he saved up a lot of money and got himself the cheapest mech he could find.
Excellent. So just before we begin, I'll give you guys a brief rundown of the setting of mech fishing, which is one of my favorite things in the world right now. The basic idea of mech fishing is that it takes place in the far future, where humanity basically destroyed itself in what is called the final battle. It's been long enough that nobody's really sure what that was actually about, but they do know that it ended with the seas swelling up and giant monsters appeared. And I have to fix something in the game because I didn't do that. And now people use things from the weapons of the final battle. They use them to hunt the giant fish, because most resources are gone now, and killing a giant fish can feed your area for a very long time.
We are playing as subsistence farming kaiju fishermen.
Yeah, pretty much. Imagine the Hong Kong kaiju harvesting bit from Pacific Rim, but everywhere.
Excellent.
Post-apocalyptic Pacific Rim fish farming. I'm down.
The Pentacast cancelling the apocalypse speech, except it ends with a very nice recipe for roasted kaiju leg.
Exactly. I don't know if this counts as the bad end of Pacific Rim, but, an ending.
I mean, it's not over yet, so...
Yeah. And this runs on the Genesys system, which uses a weird system of narrative dice. I was supposed to study up more on this. My players did significantly more than me, and thank fuck for their studiousness.
I wouldn't say all your players.
Well,
I had
such
to,
is
as
life.
I'm running a Avatar game of this tomorrow, although that won't be streamed.
Excellent. I hope you have fun with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, I guess we ought to get into it. I drew you guys a map. I realized halfway through that there's a text tool. So half of the text has been written with my mouse. Half of it has not. I'm gonna move you to that map now. It doesn't look very good, but
Is it at
this
least
is
to
the
scale?
roughly.
I like to think
I did
this
my
isn't
best.
like in-canon map, and whoever was making it had the same realization about whatever tablet they were using at the time.
Yeah.
I realized it
I
says
buy it.
Outlook Spire, but from a distance I thought it said Oobleck Spire, and I am immeasurably disappointed.
What's that small island at the bottom called?
Chiggestead.
Gotcha.
Like homestead. Yeah. Alright, so this is the Sodaks Archipelago. This is where you guys live. It's a large group of islands within traveling distance of each other. It doesn't actually tell me where they are in relation to each other, so I just kind of made that up. These are leftovers of former mountaintops for the most part, although Caldera is... I wrote Caldera twice, didn't I?
No, I added proper text to them.
Thanks, Gazian. I appreciate it. Chiggis should have an apostrophe at the end.
Yeah, well, Chiggis should have been written with a text tool, so...
I mean, you're right. I'll cop to that.
Wow, Gazian.
I never said I was polite. I'm here to kill fish.
And
these islands are fairly interdependent. Most of them are owned by, run by the same family. Everything except for, and I'm sure this will shock you, Chiggis' stead.
Is that run by Chiggis?
It's run by the Chiggis family, yes. The rest of them are run by the Rusmont family. Obviously, Caldera built in. It's in the rim of a volcano. I say obviously, but I guess not everybody knows what the word Caldera means. Also might be Caldera. I'm not sure.
I think it's Caldera.
I think it is Caldera.
You're all probably correct. Yes, Caldera is the... This is the problem with learning everything just by reading and not talking to people.
Yep.
Hey, we're all learning now.
Indeed. And that's what matters.
If you type Caldera into Google search, it has a button you can click that'll speak it for you.
I'd like you to know that I'm frowning now. Yes.
It turns out it's actually been pronounced Chalder the whole time.
What? Really?
No.
I love that you believed Engel, though.
Why would Engel lie to me, Gazian?
You mean people go on the internet and tell lies?
Alright, so... yeah, Caldera, or Chalder, is a volcanic island. Outlook Spire is a horrible chunk of rock that I've done my best to draw. It's probably a little bit smaller than that. It's not really an island, it's more there's a rock and we put 3 houses on it and called it a day. There's one missing. Oh, and Jewel Mont, or possibly Jewel Mount, it's spelled differently throughout this adventure, is the largest island in terms of physical area, as you can tell by the fact that I've drawn it significantly larger than everywhere else.
But I thought you said it wasn't to scale.
I said the distances might be to scale.
Okay.
And that's where people do, the little bit of farming that actually happens there. There's some goats and sheep, as well as some tunnels that can be used in times of catastrophe for shelter.
Like hiding from particularly big fish.
Yeah, that's most of the disasters in this world, quite frankly. Yeah, and you folks are, I believe you're all Ronin fishermen, right? Traveling around and living your life.
I am, yeah.
Right. So you're not the richest, you're probably broke as hell.
Yep.
So 4 fishermen roll up into your town like, knock, knock, motherfuckers.
We're here to catch fish.
We've got enough
Where
ancient.
the fish, where the fish, where the fish at?
God, 4 fishermen are effectively a small army.
It's true. You're basically a squadron in the old days. So it's midsummer, insofar as seasons still exist, which not so much. Given the whole freaking world is flooded. I'm apparently not supposed to swear in the first 10 minutes of a video, or we get demonetized on YouTube. But we're not monetized there anyway.
Oh, okay.
Well, that's
It's okay.
fucking
Don't worry
weird.
about it. Right? Yeah, it specifically says if you swear in the first few minutes, you might lose your monetization. Okay. Sure, bud.
Cool.
So, Caldera has one vitally important resource to the entire chain, and that's called the slaughter docks. Basically, when you catch a giant fish, that's where you take it. Without it, cutting up these giant fish would be very hard. It doesn't specify much about slaughter docks, but I'm going to go ahead and assume that it's built in like an ancient aircraft carrier.
Nice.
And
I like that.
That's a pretty
throw the
good
fish up
assumption.
throw the fish up on the deck, and
I'm imagining they've got
Anyway.
something like a large, well, probably a small, set of the big mining wheel things, like Bagger 288, like that, but it's just used for whipping fish apart.
like the big strip miners.
Yeah, a fish strip mine.
I've seen one. Exactly. I've seen one in person, actually. They're giant.
What is a butcher but a flesh strip mine?
That's a disturbing analogy, and I don't like it.
I mean,
for the
you're not
wonderful
wrong.
world
I didn't
of
need
mech
to that.
fishing.
That's
I mean,
true.
Fishermen use more of the fish than a strip mine takes of the mountain, though.
That's damn true.
Alright, so you folks start out on, let's go to the Jewel Knot. A midsummer storm kicks up. This is a fairly significant storm. You can see it in the distance, you hear alarms go off as just this giant wall of storm batters the islands. There's panic. This is obviously a somewhat atypical storm. It's just sheets of rain douse the islands, hail and all that fun stuff. I am no meteorologist, but I'd be willing to guess that in a world where most of the world is now ocean, giant rainstorms would be much more common given the higher evaporation levels.
I would agree.
Sure. Let's go with that.
I did not take meteorology in any school.
A megafish did it.
Yeah, I mean, fuck those guys.
Let's go kill a megafish then.
It's time to
Yeah.
kill the storm.
Let's get him.
I mean, do you want to try and help people in the meantime?
Yeah, probably
Could just
actually.
be a normal. Could just be a normal ass storm.
That's. I mean, even with a normal ass storm, Himina would probably have to light the shield projectors of her mech, as a large amount of the customization she's done has been using effectively house building supplies, as they lack a lot of the more high-tech stuff from back home. And that doesn't keep out the water too good.
It's true. Alright, so you hurry to your mech, light up the shields on it, and you can hear the sizzling of rain flicking off the shielding.
Nice. But now those are lit anyway, they may as well go and make themselves into a kind of mobile breakwater in case of rogue waves, I suppose.
Alright. What about the rest of you?
I'm gonna get into my mech, although I doubt Akko was out of his mech. And I guess follow Humana. There's not much that I can really do against water with rockets, but we'll see.
I mean, I guess hearing that thought over the comms, Jimena has the idea that although rockets might not do much, maybe a shield gun can, as it kind of creates a semi-self-sustaining shield pocket around the megafish when they try and catch one. Maybe she can just kind of catch a lump of water. What do you think, Garmwell, that would happen when she just kind of shoots the water with the shield gun? Does it create like a wall in the water, or does it just kind of fizzle out?
That's a really good question. You said it like creates a shield bubble around something?
Yeah, it has, like out of game, it has the ensnare property. So if it hits its target successfully, I can spend 2 advantage to immobilize the target, but it doesn't specify that the target has to be anything in particular. So I guess I'm now trying to shoot and immobilize a patch of water.
Have you ever seen liquid nitrogen on a room temperature surface?
I haven't. Would you describe it?
Okay, so if you put liquid nitrogen on a room temperature surface, the part of it contacting the surface starts boiling immediately, creating a pocket of gas, insulating the rest of it from the surface. It kind of bubbles and moves super weirdly. I'm imagining that's what's happening to the water inside of the shield bubble as it, contacts this high energy barrier.
Hell yeah.
So you don't have like just a whole giant ball of steam, but like there is steam and there is water and it's making horrible, frying noises.
I suppose I should probably roll at least one roll of the shield projector itself just to make sure that I don't accidentally roll low enough that it breaks, which is a thing that can happen, I think.
Oh good, yeah.
Oh no.
Go nuts.
I'm
That
helping.
would be a really bad way to lose the shield.
So Brick's gonna come along and just kind of stand behind one of these other mechs, which everyone looks like they need it most, and brace and prop them up against any incoming water. I have the Swift talent to let me like ignore difficult terrain, which I'm treating as just holes in my mech that I never repaired well, and it's kind of like aerodynamics but for water. It just kind of goes through the mech, and I don't have to worry about as much resistance.
Speed holes.
Speed holes.
Nice. Aquadynamics.
It does mean I go through a lot of oxygen canisters.
I bet.
Yeah, because there's no environmental shielding.
God, I'd assume you just like wear a personal kind of diving bell-like suit. Something that they could make with current
Something like that, yeah.
Way to do it.
Wait, are you just diving in your own mech?
Yes.
That's amazing.
I feel like you should be able to seal up the cockpit, but like, you do you.
I'm imagining you in like a flooded cockpit, but dressed like a Big Daddy, not Fallout, Bioshock.
Yeah, the cockpit was sealed at one point, and then it took damage, and now it's not, and I just haven't got around to fixing it yet.
You
This
go
seemed
faster if you
easier.
harm the cockpit. So
Yep. Speed holes.
makes sense
Also-
to me.
Also good for emergency escapes. You can just kind of fall through the big hole in the floor.
Hey, how big are the speed?
At this point, more mech than
Hmm.
more hole than mech, maybe.
Every now and then, a
Interesting.
fish will swim in, just not a mega fish.
Oh,
Cool, free dinner.
that might be the best way to catch fish. I think I built my
I
character
think we
all
call that a
wrong.
net, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, like net fishing actually does exist.
Yes.
It's a little bit less convoluted than this method.
Okay.
Alright. So you guys generally, help herd people into tunnels, hold back the water to buy some time, that kind of stuff. And then you hear a distress call over your radios. I forgot to mention that the 2 landed fishermen of this area are named Cantor and Pollux, whose names I will definitely mispronounce as the ones that they are referring to, at least once throughout this adventure. Yeah, you hear a distorted SOS call from Cantor, just going, "Something massive out there! Freaking huge!"
Looks like dinner's here, boys. Who's ready to go catch a fish?
Cantor, location. Where are you? Himina talks into their radio.
There's no response.
Well, fuck.
You want to give me a average difficulty computer check there, Himina? That's 2 of the purple ones.
Sure.
Plus whatever your computer skill is, obviously.
Plus a couple of 2 blues for having a satellite uplink on their mech that boosts their computer rolls in the mech. Sorry, I'm still getting used to where things are on the character sheet for this.
Me too, bud, don't worry. Just wait till I have to roll things.
And that's why I GM Cypher.
It's good to try out new systems. I'm glad to be running something that isn't D&D 5th edition.
Nice.
I think you still need your 2 the bad D8s.
Oh, right.
I don't
Thank
know
you.
what they're
Yes.
called. You can probably just roll them off the top of your sheet directly rather than have to mess around with it.
Yeah, that would be way faster than rolling the whole thing again. Yep, that gives me 1 success and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 advantages.
Good lord.
Oh no, I got it wrong. That gives me 3 success and 3 advantages. Those are threats, not failures.
Right, yeah. Yeah, that sounds about right. So you use your satellite uplink to search for any further signals from Cantor's mech.
Assuming
And
direct
you-
control of a local atmospheric weather conditions monitoring satellite.
Indeed. You pull up a live feed from above showing Cantor and Pollux' mechs slowly sinking beneath the waves in the eye of the storm. Far out from the land.
I guess Himina will go on to microphone to the rest of the fishers that they're going down in the eye of the storm, lads.
Alright, let's head there.
Away we go.
Off to the south of you. As you guys are, getting your shit together to head out, you feel a massive tremor and hear a massive boom coming from the south. All of a sudden, the radio channel that had been, until now, relatively silent as people went through the normal kind of emergency procedures, all of a sudden the entire, the radio just flickers to life, and you hear dozens of people saying, "My god, something massive attacked Chigas' stead! It's completely gone!"
Right. That's not good.
I think that it might have been the same thing that took down our 2 friends.
Yeah, I figured that, but
So
Is that in the
Looks like
direction
it.
of the eye of the storm?
Yeah.
looks like we have a new direction ahead, boys. Or a new place to get to.
A new reason to go the same direction, maybe.
Yes. I keep going that way.
all right, let's.
I
Yeah, I
think it's a
think
turbo.
that I just accelerate.
I swap it to Wumbo.
Alright.
I'll
You
ignite.
guys hear a little...
No, go ahead.
Sorry, Geth.
I ignite the plasma sheath around my mech, and instead of skimming above the waves on a soft cushion of plasma, dip below them, the plasma reducing all water friction, so I'm just kind of flying underwater.
Man, that kicks ass. I like you, Ingle. I'm glad I brought you on for this.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
And you hear a little bit more description as you rip across the waves. They start talking about a monstrous, megafish glowing with internal lighting, like some sort of gigantic manta ray. It's almost the size of an island.
It's payday tonight, boys. We're going fishing.
Oh, this one should be fun.
Somebody want to give me an oceanography check with 2 of the bad d8s? Somebody took oceanography, right?
You'd think I would.
Oceanography? I don't even think that's on my sheet.
That's a custom skill, so you would have had to. That's a separate skill for mech fishing, the setting. So you would have had to add that.
Yeah, that was not part of my career, so I did not take it.
Same. What's the stat?
What stat is it based off of?
It's a knowledge check.
Okay,
so
which makes it intellect?
Stalling.
I've got 4 intellect, so I could go for a basic knowledge check. Does anyone else?
I've only got 2.
I've got 2 as well.
Same.
We're not the smartest.
Oh, and I can add my satellite uplink, so I can just reorient the weather satellite to zoom in and look for mysterious manta-shaped glowing patches beneath the clouds.
Alright. And I need 2 of the bad ones as well.
Ah, crap, I keep forgetting that.
It's all good. This is the impression that I get from Genesys, having played it, I think, twice now, is this would be reasonably good in person.
Be way easier in person, yes.
Yeah, it's a little awkward on Roll20.
Or if it used normal dice, so you could refer to things that you knew what they were.
Yeah.
So that's a failure with 1 advantage.
Alright. Well, good news, bad news. Bad news, you're not sure exactly where the manta is. Good news is, as you watch this from the weather satellite, you realize that the flickers of light that you see, which you assume to be the manta, seem to be pretty much in the dead center of the storm at all times. Which you can infer means either A, this thing is following the storm very closely, or B, this thing's creating the storm. This gigantic storm.
I've got dinner tonight on it being causing the storm.
'Tis the fish of the gods, boys.
It
creates this storm that trembles the world.
I've lost our position in the form, but I know where the fish is. Could someone lead us there?
I can take point, I guess.
Heading to the eye.
Yeah, let's go to the eye.
I should probably take point. I put all my points into a melee weapon, so.
Oh yeah, you take point then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be up at the front as well.
I'm going to actually try to hide in the storm clouds above you guys with my stealth skill, if that's acceptable, Mr. Garmbreak, sir.
Yeah, sounds good.
All right, Weeb Lord.
I am sneak.
I don't know what that means.
I got 3 successes and 4 advantages on being sneaky.
That is sufficient.
Your name is now legally changed to Sneak. You are Sneak.
Fantastic.
Nico.
Do we need to roll to make it through the storm, or can we just kind of go?
You should be able to, although as you approach, you can feel the sudden shifting winds making it harder and harder to navigate your mech, and you will take an additional black negative bad die thing.
The D6 negative?
Sorry?
The D6 negative?
Yes, that's what it's called.
Does someone need to make a piloting check to lead us through then? With that D6 negative?
I am good at piloting. Yeah. I can do that.
I'm good at piloting as well.
I'm not good at piloting.
Black. 2B1. Okay. I get 5 successes to lead us through the storm.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say that's good enough. Also, I am slowly realizing that I definitely should have fleshed out this adventure more than what's in the book, so this is going to be a short session. I'm a little sorry.
We can always do another one sometime.
Yeah.
Yep.
As you kill the megafish, its bigger brother breaches the ocean surface. There's always a bigger fish. Shush. Yes?
For that one, I think we'd have to kill the megafish, then take it home, then its actual mum comes up and starts setting us weird challenges. Like in person.
Yeah. There we go. Alright, you writing this down, Garm? Because this is gold.
It's okay, I got a recording of all this.
Okay.
Excellent.
Oh shit, we're being recorded? No, I'm joking.
I didn't agree to this.
You all knew what you were getting into.
If only there was some sort of announcement that said we were recording.
Yeah.
It's really loud when he says it. By he, I mean Craig, who you can see at the top of the Discord list on the stream.
Alright, we should actually focus on the game.
Yeah. So as you guys break through the storm, you eventually hit the eye of it, and in the very center you see a gigantic frigging manta ray on the flying above the surface. This thing is about the size of an island, probably closer to Caldera than Julmont, but still, size of an island. You can see it flickering with electrical arcs across its skin. It's got, it's got wings, which is freaky.
Wait, like in addition to manta ray flaps?
What kind of wings?
That's what it says.
Like,
probably more bat-like than anything else.
Okay, see, I was going to be all, oh, it's a manta ray, I don't want to kill it, but this is kind of creepy and disturbing, so let's murder it quickly.
Let's kill it.
Not quite sure I can put that one in a net.
It's got a giant stinger as well, which is also crackling with electricity.
Oh, so it's a stingray, not a manta ray.
I guess, yeah.
Or maybe it's like a manta ray with a fucking giant scorpion stinger.
Oh, that's way cooler. I like that.
Yeah,
let's go with that.
Does it have the two little flappy things on the front of it that manta rays have? You know what I mean?
I'm not sure, but it does have mandibles.
Okay, that's much more disturbing.
It's just
freaky
a
armored mandibles.
A cross between a manta ray and a scorpion, with scorpion mandibles and a scorpion tail.
I think I built this thing in Impossible Creatures once.
I really wish that this module had artwork of it, because I want to know what this thing looks like.
Also, thank you for the follow, my Roxy Law. Yeah, me too, but art costs money, and this is a weird...
sketch it up.
I deeply appreciate that, and if I ever figure out how to contact the creator, I will let them know. If you do that, and you can talk to them and get money, hopefully. Probably not. This is a weird fan project.
That seems like a weird way to go about getting commissions anyway. I drew your thing, now give me money for it. It's like a protection racket.
Exactly. Yes, I'm not.
That's how unions work, right, boys?
Bada boom boom. Yes, I'm not an artist. I have no idea how any of this works. But yes, this is a weird fan project from the internet, not like an official published thing, which is part of the reason I don't have the cover up, because I can almost guarantee they didn't have permission to use that art.
That's fair.
All right.
Alright, so, Angle, how does initiative work in this system?
Okay.
It depends on whether we know the fight's coming, or if we don't. If we know the fight's coming, then we have to roll cool, and highest cool result goes first. If we don't know the fight's coming, we roll vigilant. You can also add blues and blacks as you choose, based on narrative elements anyone has already introduced or secret DM things that you haven't told us yet, but are going to spring on us in nasty fashion.
Well, I'd wager you guys have a pretty good idea this is about to be a fight.
So some cool rolls are in order.
Yep.
Good thing I put cool points, because my character's awesome.
I didn't.
Actually, I don't know how the fuck dice work.
Oh,
Shit, I rolled wrong.
okay, Ingle.
Much
No,
cooler
You're the
than me.
coolest.
I accidentally... Yeah, that's a mistake.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, how are you that cool and that smart and that awesome at everything? You have to be bad at one
Look,
thing.
someone
No,
min-max.
Hermina
it's
is a
fine.
nerd. She's good at
We
smart.
don't.
Everything else, they're not so great at.
We don't judge. It's fine.
Alright, I'm gonna try rolling
There,
this.
that's more
and
like it.
That's wrong.
Big
That's
fish.
not how that was.
Real big fish. Nice pun.
Real
I do
big
appreciate
fish.
that.
Thanks.
Oh, since we've
It's a
got a range
really
system, is
cool-
there like a range map?
Technically no, but I can draw you one very quickly.
Excellent.
I mean, I guess it only really matters if we've got like tokens to put in it.
Should we just
Which
really?
yeah, we'll figure it out.
We can theater of the mind this. People can keep looking at this ostensibly a map.
Excellent map.
Tactical battlefield diagram.
Ah, yes, exactly.
So
I think that's what its initiative should be.
it's the Fisherman's Guide to the Islands.
It is. It's like an atlas.
Excellent.
Alright, was that everybody?
Yep.
Right. I think this is one of the ones where it's basically NPCs get one turn, then PCs.
It's okay. According to the rolls, the real big fish did amazingly, so I think it just gets to go first.
I hacked it up. It's only supposed to have 2 yellow.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
But these sheets are funky, and yeah.
Yeah, I think it was you go by number of successes. Ties and success, you then break the tie with advantage, or whatever that
Okay.
A is, and then ties there between PC and NPC. PC goes first.
Alright, so using the first 2 of the yellow rolls, that's 2 successes and 1 advantage. Also, to make this harder, I've only played the Star Wars version of this before, and this uses different symbols.
I still think it should just use regular dice.
I don't know how you could make this work with regular dice, though. I actually kind of like the system, but I need to get used to it.
Yeah, I feel like after a little while of trying it out, it would be good. But for now, it's really weird. Alright, so, what was I doing?
So it looks like it'll be Fish, Hector, Brick, and then a tie between Akko and Himina.
I believe you guys can just go in whatever the hell order you want once it's the
After
PC.
the fish,
I'll still
fair.
probably want to go first, just letting y'all know.
I'm okay with that.
Sorry, navigating through this PDF is a little bit hard. Okay, who's up front?
Me.
I think that's the brick, right?
Yeah.
Alright, Brick, you're gonna die first, because if I kill Jesus right off the bat, I'll feel bad.
It's fine.
You can try.
This is me rapidly scrolling to double check what the hell this thing's attack is. Alright. Okay. Three of those bastards. Why did you only roll 2? Should have rolled 3.
We'll just roll another one and add them together.
There we go.
You're
All right,
big
so
boy,
that's
Garm.
yeah, I am. So that's 3 successes and an advantage.
To
What do we need
attack
to-
me? Because I have
Yes.
defense, which I think does something somewhere there.
Defense is black dice added to the attack.
Cool.
Right.
I have 4 defense, so add 4 black dice to that.
All right,
So that's no successes.
no successes and an advantage. I,
If you had 2 advantages, you would have been able to use them to spend on an extra maneuver. So the fish
Right,
could
which I
have
don't.
moved again or something.
yeah,
So you were saying fish?
fish can do nothing. What are you guys up to?
I'm gonna claw it with my big claws.
Right, there is one thing I should say. You guys played Monster Hunter?
Nope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
What's Monster Hunter?
Jesus, I'm pretty sure you played Monster Hunter.
I've never played Monster Hunter. I'm being 100% serious.
Okay.
I think what Garm is getting at is that you have to decide what part of the monster you're attacking.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
So it's got the freaky mandibles and its general weird funky head, the giant storm spine, and the wings.
So
Freaky
mandibles are
buttons.
like the things that ants have, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I have an actual IRL crippling fear of ants. So I'm just not
I'm a
gonna
little
fuck with
sorry.
that.
I'm not sure if that's all the targets, but I put it in chat for us.
I will strike at the wings because if it starts flying, I am useless. How do I attack in this game?
Okay, so you roll the skill you are attacking with, which is, I'm assuming, a melee weapon mounted, so probably brawl, and you're going to add any boosts or advantages or whatever, and then you add however many black dice as it has defense.
All right, so Garm, how much defense does it have?
Which part are you attacking?
The wings.
1.
1, got you.
Right, so that's 1.
That is a success and 2 advantages, basically. Although I think that I want to call it a light side point, but that's not a light side point. The super success has special rules, I think. Ingold might
Triumph.
know them better.
If you hover over the icon, it tells you what it is.
Oh, nice.
Sorry, I was just trying to work out what happens if my gun does immobilize this thing while it's flying, which was diving to the PDF. I think there's things you can do with Triumph, but bugger me if I can remember what they are. It might be that that's another way of quitting.
There's a chart. I'm trying to find it real quick.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it as well.
So I put all my points into claw damage, just so you know.
Page
Nice.
104 in the core rulebook.
All right,
A
so
Triumph counts as a success, so it's an extra point of damage.
Excellent.
and then you can spend it to. You can add a boost to the next person's attack. Notice an
Yep, or
important.
do narrative things.
Oh yeah, I would do that. Yeah.
So you could
Okay.
say uppercut the fish and send it spinning in a direction of your choosing, or like anything else that's cool that you can think of that Garm agrees with.
All right, so I kind of like dig my claws into the wings of this giant manta ray fish and just kind of grapple it and throw it towards like the party so that we can all get advantage on attacking it.
Hell yeah.
You can try. This thing is incredibly huge.
That's actually valid as fuck. I just want to rip the wing so it can't fly. Let's go with that.
So you could like. I think you could just add damage to it, or you could disable a piece of gear.
Yeah, I'll just add damage. Adding damage
Alright.
seems like a good way to go.
So what's the total?
So now it's 10 damage.
Good God, that's a lot of damage.
Yep, I put all my points into claw damage.
It shows. I'll put it that way.
I'm not sure if that's supposed to be a compliment, but I'm taking it as one.
I mean, it's something. Yeah, it's made evident by your build. Okay, so that's 10 damage. Alright, as you do that, you notice that there are some other weird creatures, like, on the underside of the wing. And they start crawling towards your mech. Anyway, who's next?
What? Don't.
I'll go next if you guys don't mind.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So as this thing came charging after me, I guess tried to bite me. Is that what it did, Garm?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. So while I'm up by its face, I'm going to swing across with my my forearm-mounted arm blade, and just slash right into its face as it tries to bite me and doesn't really make it past the armor.
Alright. 0 defense on that, actually.
0 defense. Ooh. 5 successes.
Good God. So, okay, yeah, and 2 successes gets you a critical, if I'm understanding that correctly.
Yes,
no, that's you've just spent 2 advantages for it.
Oh, okay.
A success just adds flat damage.
Good Lord.
Oh, so it does 12 damage then?
Mm-hmm.
And I have 2
With
pierce, so if it
piercing
has
too.
any soak, it ignores 2.
Alright. So, what's the damage total there?
12 total, ignoring 2 soak.
Okay. Alright. Who's next?
I think I've worked out what happens if I successfully immobilize it while it's flying, which is because it's a creature, it just falls out the air, unless megafish use vehicle rules.
I feel like they're
Uh,
large enough they probably do.
They do, yeah.
Okay, then I've got no idea what's going to happen, but let's find out anyway, I guess.
Sounds good. It's
I'm
going to
down
depend
for
on your
this.
roll then.
So, what range is the thing in currently?
I mean, you can move fast as hell. Probably about medium from you.
Okay, then I guess Humina will, like, skim up so just the top of the mech is above the waterline, and let off a shot of the shield projector. I'm going to try and hit the thing in one of its mandibles and kind of hold its mandible in space. So it'll just like not want to fly because its own body weight will start whipping that off.
Alright, that's going to be 2 black dice for you.
Okay. How many purples? Just normal?
Yeah.
Which is, I think the base is 2 purple.
That sounds right. Right, because you're at range, yes. That's a failure of 2 advantages.
Damn. So I can't activate any of its effects because it didn't hit, but I will spend those 2 advantages to use the brace maneuver. Which
Okay.
means that if I get hit, I can take the damage as system strain rather than hull trauma. I've got another move as well, right? Because you have an action and a maneuver on your turn.
Correct.
Okay, so I'd like to use my maneuver to medium range band. That's medium to engaged is 2 range bands. So I'm going to move, fly up out of the water, moving close to its face to try and get its attention so that it attacks me rather than anyone else.
Alright. As you get right up close to its face, you can see that there's like a glowing chunk behind its eyes. A weird bulge in its head that's glowing and freaky.
Weak spot.
And I guess that brings us to Hector, who I believe hasn't acted yet.
I'm pretty sure I have.
Yeah, Hector
Right.
caught it. Hector was first.
So that's everybody?
Akko is...
Akko hasn't.
Oh!
Shit. I'm sorry, Gazian.
I'm insulted.
Alright.
So for my...
Piloting Akko. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna... what's it called? Maneuver first. Because I would like to gain the advantage.
Alright.
Which... I need to know how fast it is going.
Hella.
Okay,
Probably
how
about-
fast is it going compared to us?
Like, what's its maximum speed rating if that's how fast it's going?
I just need to know if it's going faster, the same speed, or slower than us.
Let's double checking real quick.
Or if it's even moving at all.
It is moving. It is hauling ass towards Caldera. Which is apparently closer to Genesys than I realized. I put these in the wrong order. I'm sorry, my map is bad. Maybe the mountains got off and
I asked
walked
you if it
around.
was to scale.
Yes.
Map's not bad. You're just changing the adventure as we play. It's DMing. That's
Obviously.
what happens.
Yeah, no, it's hauling ass between Drillmont and Elixmire, I guess. So it doesn't actually give me its speed directly. As far as I can tell, it tells me
What does it say in your heart, Garm? Is it faster than my scout mech?
How fast is your scout mech?
Speed 4.
I
have the new.
I'm gonna go, yeah, it's going exactly 4. You
I'm
can't
pretty
keep
sure
pace.
that a creature's speed is its agility if it has that.
So here's the thing about this one. This is what's called a Leviathan Megafish. They don't have normal stats, and I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because killing one is roughly akin to killing a god.
Wait, so what the hell is this module?
Yes, to answer your question.
Okay.
I a little bit regret running this module because this is the first draft of this module.
Okay. Well, we're gonna kill a god. We've done it before. We can do it again. So I have to roll a piloting check with 1 purple die because it is the same speed in order to gain the advantage. So here we go. And 1 black die because I assume I still have the penalty from being in the storm.
Correct.
That said, I am successful.
You are.
The effect of gaining the advantage is that while I have the advantage, I upgrade the ability of all of my combat checks against the target twice, and upgrade the difficulty of all combat checks it makes against me twice. And having now gained the advantage, I am going to shoot it with many, many rockets.
Alright.
Because Akko is basically a Gundam, I guess. I don't know.
What part are you shooting?
I haven't seen Gundam. Did Jimena call out about the big glowy spot on its face?
Definitely. Weak spot. Weak spot.
Okay, I'm gonna attack the weak spot for massive damage.
For massive damage.
So I'd give you two black, which I think you just said you downgrade. Is that right?
I get, well, medium range is 2 purple, and then 2 black from the...
Right.
I'm pretty sure taking the advantage upgrade...
And taking the advantage upgrades mine, not
and
downgrades.
downgrades. It also downgrades, that, like, if they make an attack, but not the... it doesn't downgrade the defenses.
Okay, so it's 2 purple and 2 black for your penalties then.
Okay, let's hope that I did this right on my sheet, because I haven't tested it with gaining the advantage before. 2 purple, 2 black, plus 1 black because I'm piloting, plus 2 because plus 2 advantage.
Good God.
That's all correct. Okay.
I think you ended your module.
I mean, you're working on it.
Okay, 6 hits, 3 advantages to spend. The table's on 104, you said? Yeah, okay. Oh dear, I don't even know. Well, it says that I can spend a triumph to do something vital, such as shooting the controls to nearby blast doors to seal them shut. So I'm going to assume I can do something vital and shoot its weak point. I mean, don't know what that's actually going to do, but...
Yeah.
And then I'm going to spend my 2 advantages to inflict a critical injury with and add 10 to the inflicted table roll. Because I'm spending the critical range twice. So that is 5, 10, 11, 12 damage, and I will roll the critical right now. 63. Do I have the critical table saved? I do not. Let me find the critical table. 1 second. Sorry, I am not prepared for this. 63 is slightly dazed. The target is disoriented until this critical injury is healed.
Alright.
What does disoriented do? I don't know. This table isn't really laid out.
A disoriented target adds black to all skill checks it performs.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Alright, so you shoot the fucker in the head, and there's now, like, a giant bleeding wound dripping blood into the water. The part is no longer glowing, and it is slowly starting to drift off of the course that it was previously on.
I attacked the weak point.
For massive damage.
That's the important part.
It's changing course. You've changed, like, encounter location.
Are we still heading towards an island, or is it now going to miss?
It's probably going to miss unless it reorients. It seems like the hit to the head may have been very bad for its, like, mental capacity.
What a surprise. Nobody likes high explosives to their brain.
It's true.
I think it is its turn, though.
Yeah. And it is going to attempt to retaliate against Akko. We'll see how well that works out for it.
Gets 2 upgrades on difficulty.
Oh, and also I checked in the book, and all attacks have a minimum of 2 purple, unless you can downgrade the difficulty actively. Like even in melee, you have to roll at 2 purple.
That makes sense.
Interesting. Okay.
So like that's the base difficulty to hit something at all.
I'm not convinced I like this system.
There's a lot of little finicky parts that I feel like you have to learn.
Yeah, I feel
like the system is more complicated, like, than D&D, but I also feel like a lot of the options are very simple. Like, once you know the system, I feel like you could play Genesys very quickly. Whereas, like, in D&D, you had to learn your new character and everything every single time. I don't know if that makes sense.
Maybe, yeah. I think this is also just a really weird setting for it, which is making this a little weirder. I would definitely be willing to try it again in one of its actual written settings. But anyway, it didn't do any of the main roll.
It didn't roll any good stuff.
So you have to actually click out of the box that you're editing for it to roll those, which is a problem. So that is 1 success and
2
no advantages.
Threats.
2 threats, yes. Well, bad news for our dear friend Akko.
Yeah, I'm getting smacked.
Lightning blasts out of the stinger a bit and hits you for 6 damage.
Ouch. I get to... How does soak work? I have 1 armor.
I would like, before you spend, sorry, talking over myself there, the soak reduces incoming damage, but before you do that, I'd like to spend the 2 threat that the megafish rolled, and I can do that to have a combat effect. I would like to give Akko a free maneuver, which is here on page 104. There's a table spending threat and the other bad.
What maneuver are you expecting me to take here?
Take brace, so you can take the damage as systems, and then I can heal it.
Yes, I will brace. Do I have to roll for that? I don't know.
Nope, it just works.
The
Cool.
strategy, boys.
So I
Hell
take
yeah.
6 strain minus 1 from my armor. So I will
Makes
take
sense for
5
lightning.
strain.
Your system's a shot to fuck.
That's fair. Now I have to shoot it to fuck.
That would be nice, yes.
And the circle of life continues.
Is its turn over?
I feel like it should get more than one attack, but also I might kill all of you. Oh, right. Yes, there is one other.
Kill
I mean,
us.
we're gonna kill it next turn anyways, probably.
Kill us, Garm. Do
Kill
your
us,
worst.
There's
Let's
Do
get
there
it.
is definitely one other thing that happens. Hey Hector, you remember the freaky things crawling out from under its wing?
Oh, yes. I have not forgotten.
Alright,
Oh, no.
they start swarming onto your mech.
At least I'm not the one with the speed holes. Like,
Yeah, that would be incredibly bad on Speedhole Mech, actually. Yeah, these are freaky little, like, I say little, but they're still mega
They're
fish.
little compared to the Leviathan.
Yeah.
I see.
Little, like, freaky lamprey kind of fish with glowing red eyes.
Also, Garm, I've cheated slightly to find this out, but the thing's speed is 5.
Oh, well, it's 5 rounds until it reaches the thingamajiggy. Is that the same?
Yeah, it says its speed drops from 5 to 3.
Oh, right, yes. Thank you. Yeah, so that's 2 successes and 2 threat against Hector.
Okay.
Ingle, can you do your fancy threat things again?
What's my defense?
Isn't it days, so it has an extra?
Yep,
Uh,
the big fish does.
these
Yeah.
are the
Or
big
these
fish,
the
yeah. These are the
lamprey.
small fish.
Gotcha.
Oh, someone's gonna get darn hurt.
Okay, so the person, I think anyone but us, you can spend 1 threat to make the thing attacking take a strain or lose a benefit that it's been given by someone else. You can spend 2 threat to get a boost, a blue dice to your next check, or give it a black dice to its next check, or to immediately have the person it's attacking take a maneuver. And on 3 threat, you can force it to full prone, or have it do a significant narrative thing that gives the players an advantage. So for 2 threat, we can, I guess, yeah, you could just take a blue to your next check, like an extra one.
Cool.
Sounds good to me.
Alright. In the meantime, you take 12 damage.
Oh,
Christ!
I'm sorry, what? 12?
the hell?
Yeah.
Okay,
Oh,
I have
dear.
1 armor. And 2
Oh.
defense.
How much system strain do you have as compared?
Oh, wait. Add the defense rolls, Garm. Roll those black dice.
Yeah.
Right, yes. How much do you have for defense stuff, Hector?
I got 2 defense.
Does your
Alright.
weapon have any what's defense, deflection, and there's another one there.
Put all my points into the damage.
Gotcha.
So it's another threat.
It's another threat. Is it currently holding on to the creature?
It's currently trying to hold. Which one of us?
Oh, is the like little attacking monster trying to hold onto the big flying fish?
Currently, it's trying to bite onto Hector's mech. But previously, it would have been yes.
Okay, then I would like to spend those 3 threat to make it instantly full prone. The attack goes through, but it will full prone, and as it's on a moving thing, I believe it just has. I believe it has to make a check to full off. Unless you want to say it just falls off.
Yeah, that thing's just falling off. It doesn't have wings.
Nice.
Please, Fletch.
But
That
it does
is going
still
to be
hit.
like, yeah, it's going to be some of them, but not all. So its damage will be halved from here on out.
Cool.
Alright. And I believe that brings us back to our wonderful player characters.
All right, so
Retaliate.
I'm gonna claw it with my
All
big
right.
meaty claws.
And you're going for, you were on the wings, is that right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All
Are
right.
the wings still like? Is there
The wings
still
are still
stuff to claw
flapping.
there?
Yeah.
Sick. All right. So 2 purple dice. Does it have any defense there?
I believe one. Let's go with 1 black.
All right, cool. Failure with an advantage.
Is the thing an adversary? Or what's the other one? Like an elite enemy?
It's an adversary too.
Then all rolls against it take 2 black.
Okay. Oh, that's what that means. Thank you, Ingle. I am so glad.
Because some enemies get that rather than soak and defense and stuff. It's just like a base difficulty increase.
See.
So we're supposed to roll 2 more black every time we attack?
Yep.
When we're attacking the little ones only?
The big ones.
Oh, the big ones. Okay.
Or big one, singular. There's only one of these.
Thank God.
Thankfully. Yeah.
The ocean
I don't-
pancakes have turned against us. Imagine a manta ray swarm of these fuckers.
Ugh. Thankfully, Leviathans are 100% unique. Yeah. So unfortunately, that attack does not hit, as there's no successes.
Okay.
And I don't think there's much you can do with just 1 advantage.
I don't think so. I think it's 2 is the
Oh
minimum.
wait, didn't I have like an extra blue dice?
Right, yes. Give me the blue.
Oh, and yes, there is stuff you can do with 1 advantage. You can recover a strain, give someone else a blue dice, notice something important.
There we go.
Well, it just cancels out the failure, though, so you're still at no successes.
Yeah. Okay, that's fine. I'll just recover strain then.
Yep, 1 strain.
Cool.
Alright, who's next?
I mean, I'll keep working on this face. How far away from the mandibles is its big glowy eyeball thing?
That thing's completely fucked now.
Okay,
As
then
of
I'll just keep
last turn.
slashing at the front.
Alright. At the mandibles?
Oh,
Yeah.
another thing
Oh?
that makes this somewhat more difficult is that because we're in vehicles, our speed is continuous. Unless you take an action or a maneuver to slow your speed, you're going to keep moving as fast as you're going. So you have to like take actions to keep pace with something.
Okay. Didn't you say
Or
its
like-
speed is like going down to 3 or something like that?
It should be down to 4 now. You fucked up the wings a bit.
Oh, okay. Well, I only have a speed of 3. So how far down the body am I? What am I slashing at instead?
Probably closer towards the, like, stinger.
Okay. Well, let's go attack that then. Does the stinger have any defense?
It has adversary 2, so 2 black dice.
Okay, so I have, along with my roll, 2 black for that, and then 2 purple just for my attack.
Yep.
Yep.
If you haven't spent your maneuver yet, you could take a maneuver to aim that I believe just gives you straight up a blue dice.
I don't have to use my maneuver to keep going
You
alongside
have
it?
an action and a maneuver, and because you're in a mech, you don't have to spend it. A mech's a vehicle. You spend your
Gotcha.
actions with a vehicle to increase your current speed, and then your speed keeps going, like you've got momentum. Engine's still going.
Do any of you know what page maneuvers are on? Nope. I think I found them. Okay, yeah, I'll aim for this attack. So I'll bring in my arm, wait until I see a kind of softer spot in the scales, and then stab in.
Alright.
Hopefully I formatted that correctly.
Looks like.
So that's 3
Bunch of
successes
success and a threat.
Nice.
And so every success adds 1 damage to the roll.
Correct.
Cool. So 10 damage and a threat.
With 2 pierce, so it ignores 2 armor.
All right. As you hit it, you see that the storm seems to be dying down a bit as you do more damage to this.
So kill the crap out of it. Gotcha.
Yeah, basically. All right. Who's next?
I think Matt.
Sure. Okay, it's moving at a speed of 4 right now, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Gaz, what's Akko's speed?
4.
Okay, so I'm going to take a maneuver to increase my speed over my maximum speed, which will incur system strain equal to the difference, so that I can keep pace with Akko. And then I would like to make a repair roll, a mechanics roll rather, to repair some of the system strain from that lightning blast.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Nice. So that repairs 4 system strain, 5 system strain, thanks to having the overclocking talent, which lets me increase that by 1.
Awesome. That puts me back at full health.
And that's my maneuver and my action.
And I believe that's all the players.
Again? We've had 2 rounds and you forget me both rounds, Garm?
Garm,
well,
what the heck, bro?
I'm sorry, Gazian. I'm like, Gazian's talked. Obviously, Gazian's done.
Also, we don't have a straight-up normal turn order for this. It might help to just put one in.
Yeah, probably. Anyway, Akko, what would you like to do?
I'm just gonna keep attacking the weak point, even if it's no longer a weak point, because, I mean, that just seems like the thing to do.
Try and fuck up the wings. If you want.
Okay, we'll do the wings. What's the wings defense?
2 black.
Okay, so same.
Everything on this is 2 black. Yeah. That's 3 successes and 6.
Ooh.
The other thing.
That's
Advantages.
Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm going to use my weapon's twin-linked property, which lets me spend 2 advantages for an extra hit. And then I'm going to get a total of 3 hits, 2 of which are crits.
You mean auto-fire property?
Yes, auto-fire. Right. I wasn't thinking about Warhammer. Don't you look at me in that tone of voice.
I wasn't going to call you out on that at all. I was going to call you out on that.
Yeah, well, I'm going to call you out on forgetting my initiative 2 rounds in a row, Garm.
It's okay, I'll make it 3.
You don't have the high ground here. Okay, so that's 3 hits, 2 of which are crits. They all do 8 damage, so that is 24 damage and 2 critical rolls.
Well, good.
Each critical
rolls
increases by +10 for the last ones. So
115?
105 and an 83. And I still didn't keep the friggin' critical page open. 160. 105 is maimed. It is one of the target's limbs selected by the GM is permanently lost. Unless the target has a cybernetic or prosthetic replacement, the target cannot perform actions that would require the use of that limb. All other actions gain black until this critical injury is healed.
Hey, Garm?
Yeah.
Does this Leviathan have a cybernetic limb on hand for it to
No.
just attach?
It does not.
I mean,
Uh,
imagine if it did, though.
Yeah, just pulls out a massive metal robot wing.
Regenerates like fucking Piccolo. Yeah.
An 83 is winded. The target cannot voluntarily suffer strain to activate abilities or gain additional maneuvers until this injury is healed.
Alright. So, you shoot this motherfucker with missiles. One of the wings. Sorry?
No, go on. I
You
have
shoot
something to
this
say in character after.
Legit. You shoot this motherfucker with missiles. One of the wings is absolutely shredded. The other, you manage to hit it right in the joint, and it just like sloughs off and splashes into the water, followed shortly by the Leviathan itself as it hits the water with enough forward momentum that it actually skips a bit. It doesn't come to a stop. It's still moving. It's still a fish at the end of the day, but
But it's
it
no
is
longer
no
a
longer
flying fish.
Yes.
Then, do the people on the fish? Does it need to make a? Sorry, does it need to take a critical for crashing? And does everyone on it need to make a piloting check to not fall off?
Yeah, that sounds great.
Friendly
So
fire is
that's-
turned off, right? Just...
Sorry?
It should take a critical though.
What
if
is its defense? Because I'll roll that critical for it.
As the guy that's been clawing
2?
the wings for a while.
Yeah, Hector, you're gonna need to roll a piloting check.
Also-
as is Brick, because you were under
what
it.
does happen when you shoot into someone who's engaged? Because I believe you mentioned that before.
They die.
I think it's if I fail, I can hit them,
Okay.
which I did not.
So Garm could have hit you,
Good.
but rest assured, they didn't this time.
Garm, what is its defense?
Yeah, and what's the difficulty for that piloting check?
Defense is 2 black.
Okay.
Difficulty for the piloting check, I'm gonna say, is 2 purple. It's so weird having to call difficulty before rolls.
26. When it hits the water, it gets a discouraging wound. Move 1 story point from your pool to our pool.
F in chat.
Yeah, put an F in chat for that boy.
Hector, you get dislodged.
Yeah.
You're in the water now, and
That's fair.
Under.
I have 4 success and a triumph.
Oh my god.
Brick's
The
speed
best-
holes actually work.
No. This isn't because of the speed holes. My piloting, I have the talent that lets me base my piloting off of brawn, so I'm just digging in and holding on. I'm mashing my joysticks forward as hard as possible.
Don't
The
the speed holes make
autopilot
that
controls are saying,
more
hey, no,
difficult?
you probably shouldn't be pushing this forward any farther. And I
And
say,
that's-
screw that, and just jam it forward.
And that's where this thing's
Yeah.
discouraging wound came from.
Do you guys mind if I use that story point that I just got off of the crit?
Go for it.
What for?
My gymnast ability from my background, which is also for athletes, allows me to spend a story point to take an extra turn. So I
You
would
cut
like
out
to
to take a what?
I can spend a story point to get an extra turn, and I would like to fire all of the missiles.
Hell yeah.
Oh
I'm good
god.
with that.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume it's at the Stinger then.
Yes, it's going to be at the Stinger.
Oh dear.
No one is currently engaged with the Stinger, right?
I am.
I mean, you just rolled the world's best piloting roll. If you want to have, supernatural intuition and fuck off from it, I'll allow that.
How much do you trust me, Cal?
It's a one-shot. I trust you a whole lot.
I got
If I
one
die, I
success.
Oh man, that was almost so bad.
That's a lot of auto-fire.
So, yeah, that's going to be a total of 4 hits that all crit. So, yeah.
Garm,
Okay,
I think
guys.
it's dead.
Do you have to do the auto fire, or can you just have one crit with
I
plus
could just
90?
have 1 crit with plus 90.
And then plus another 30, so a crit with plus 120?
Well, I don't think it gets the 30 because it's a different target, because it's the Stinger instead.
Oh, gotcha.
But Yeah, sure. Let's go for a crit with plus 90. That'll be fun. It dies.
Does the table go that high?
Is that
The
enough?
table
Darren?
says 151 plus, dead.
I think maybe
Oh.
just the stinger, but still,
Yeah.
that's a rather large chunk of this thing that you just evaporated.
It had a stinger once.
Yazian,
Once.
why don't you describe you valiantly firing your missiles against this thing's tail?
How do you want to do this?
Un sec.
That's fair.
Yeah, that's.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Echo's got you in the pipe. 5 by 5.
So it
Wolverine.
starts like crashing towards the water, and I think that as I see Hector get flung off of it and Kel not barely, Kel valiantly hang on, I just start launching a second volley of missiles, and as it bounces from skipping up off the water, all of the missiles just home in on the stinger, and there is a brilliant flash of light, and Kel is just holding on to the base of it like, where did the rest of it go?
Wasn't there some more meat here?
Might have
All right.
ruined dinner.
So, good news. This thing dives deep into the ocean and does not come back, or possibly
but
sinks deep into the ocean.
Kel's still holding on.
But
Kel,
you
no.
have managed to sever the stinger, which is what Brick was holding on to. So Brick is just left there, flying in midair, holding this giant chunk of stinger.
Hey, we got some meat out of that.
Did we ever find Cantor and Pollux?
Oh,
Oh, they're
shit.
fucking dead.
Whoops.
They sunk under the ocean, and given that where you live is the top of what used to be mountains, yeah, good luck. Well, that's about it. Congratulations, you have not
Stolen
killed,
the
but
glory.
well, you've successfully driven off the Leviathan Urwis, bringer of storms. Good news, bad news. Good news, you're not dead. Bad news, Cantor and Pollux totally dead.
Everyone at Jiggis' stead, probably dead.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. That place is fucking gone.
The island itself.
I'd like to use my claws to split the meat 4 ways, and we never talked about this.
I think we have to bring this back to the slaughter docks.
Didn't one
I
of
don't
his
think this is a
wings get
one
torn
mech
off?
deal. Oh yeah, is the wing floating? Does it float?
Yeah.
Time to go find that wing.
Yeah, so you managed to return with the wing.
We're
the
eating
stinger.
wings tonight, boys.
We might be
That-
able to take this stinger and attach it to one of our mechs.
God.
Fuck yeah.
I
There's
think
actually
I'd
a
rather
national
have the food for a month.
There's actually a national chicken wing surplus in the U.S. right now because the NCAA championships were canceled due to,
I know. I've
COVID.
eaten a ton of chicken wings lately. It's amazing.
Anyway, yes, and the couple of lampreys that you killed as well.
Nice. And that one that fell off.
Yeah.
We can
So,
go find
so
that
what
one.
I'm hearing is we're about to cause a 3-island crab claw, basically. Like, we're gonna make the largest crab roll we possibly can with this thing, and
Basically,
not tell
yeah.
people it's a tail.
3-island
Here
crab
comes the
claw that's
money.
big enough to feed 3 islands.
Money, 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 money.
I mean, eating megafish is pretty normal.
Hell
It's a
yeah.
lot of what people eat. Yeah, and you guys are the only fishermen left here, or at least the only ones with mechs.
The only
So
ones.
congratulations.
So, what do you boys know about a little thing called a union?
What's a union?
Like a union of holy matrimony kind of thing? Is that what you mean?
Look, I
Not
like
quite.
you guys and all, but not that much.
How about we agree to work together?
Oh yeah, sure.
Looks like
we
this
work
place
We're
well.
already kind of doing that.
We just did. I gotta look at the like pieces of the mech, and I'm just like, huh. All right. Yeah.
Would you like
let's-
some kind of less holes in that? I could probably fix that.
That does sound kind of nice.
Yeah, you don't have to wear a diving suit in your mech.
I mean, you still could if you want to. Like, it's a pretty nice aesthetic choice.
I mean, I do, but then you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, personally, I just try to stay above the water, and I kind of like hover down closer to the waves.
The waves are super gross now with all the blood.
Yeah, and probably like bits of blubber.
Also, I assume at some point somebody dragged Hector back out from under the waves.
I would hope so.
I assume
Oh,
that
shit.
it was
Otherwise,
kind
I'm
of like
yelling.
oh god, we get him like as soon as we're all done being flabbergasted by what just happened.
Save
Yeah, I guess
me.
I'm diving down and I'm going to try and net Hector, lift him back up to the surface.
Alright, sounds good. And yeah, you guys managed to successfully return back to, I think, the Sodaks are in Caldera.
Hey, Hector, I've had a good idea. Don't move.
What did you just do?
Shoot Hector.
Oh, to bring him up on the thing. I getcha.
Yep, I can
Oh,
shoot him
okay.
with ensnare to stop him falling, because that's how immobilizing seems to work.
Beautiful.
Fair.
And then I can
Well,
pull him
yeah.
up. And I can just
You're
choose...
lucky I have so much trust in you.
I can choose to... Yeah, not... I can activate as stun, not damage, so all the damage is 100% non-lethal.
Nice.
I'll fix your mech, sorry.
Yeah,
I want you to
thanks.
drown.
That's fine. It's okay, I don't have holes in my mech.
Well, congratulations, everybody.
Maybe it was a local custom, I didn't know.
So, Garm,
Alright,
how long
yeah.
was that supposed to take?
No idea.
Okay.
It's not
Alright,
really a
well, I have
time
like
estimate.
6% left on my laptop, so
It sounds
Oh,
like
it's
you
like
planned
just
for a
in
GARM
time.
session.
Yeah.
yep. I came prepared.
God, now I'm extra glad I didn't also build a crit build, because each of them would have made the other's crits that much more powerful for each additional crit.
Good lord.
That last one would probably
I,
have been at like plus 180.
I
I don't
absolutely
think
adore
anything
this setting.
survives it.
Yeah, after 15 crits, it's automatically dead because you can't roll lower
Yeah.
than 115 or
I
151.
do remember the Star Wars setting being very lethal, and it looks like the generic Genesys has not changed that at all.
Yeah.
I like this setting. I'm not sure I'd run it again on Genesys.
Oh, I love the setting. The setting is beautiful. I would gladly play
yeah.
more mech fishing.
Hell, I think
Mech
I'd
Fishing
run this in
Cypher
Genesis,
coming soon.
but if you wanted to run it more like kind of a tactical wargame combat focused thing, rather than a Genesis like narrative thing, I'd definitely recommend Lancer.
Lancer would work
Legit.
really well for it, actually.
It has rules for
Lancer is
making
amazing.
the enemies into biological creatures as well, so hey.
Nice. I will consider that. And for now, yeah, I guess that's it from all of us.
Hell yeah.
Thank you for watching, everybody.
We win.
And yeah, you guys successfully drove it off. It's not. It might be dead. You're not really sure. Its corpse might wash up like
So,
2 weeks later.
if we blew off one wing and one tail, how fast can it swim? Can we just keep chasing it?
Can
I'm
I
not,
make
I'm not
a...
gonna keep chasing it.
I mean,
I'll
these
keep
guys might
chasing
not,
it.
but I want to keep chasing
Y'all can take the
I'm-
meat back.
I'm good.
Can I make another computer's check to find this thing again?
it. Karma's like, please no,
It is-
abandon me to my suffering.
It is far, far deep.
It's blasted off.
Fine.
Sorry,
again.
bud. And yeah, I guess that's it from everybody here.
Hell yeah.
Hope you've all enjoyed this weird afternoon session.
Thank you, Gum. This was a nice hour and a
Thanks,
half of murdering a fish really hard.
Yeah, it was fun.
Thanks, Garm.
All right, have a good night, everybody.
Night.
Have a
Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching the stream.